say famous adventurer or explorer, most people will tend to think of the likes of Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones, or Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. However, during the late 1800s, Blantyre gave birth to a man who would venture into the depths of the then unknown African continent and go on to become one of the most renowned and famous explorers of all time. That man was David Livingstone. Possibly Lanarkshire's most famous son, Livingstone was born to parents Neil and Agnes on the 11th of March 1813. His thirst for knowledge began at a young age as he grew up in Blantyre. Like many other children at the time, he worked in the local H. Monteith cotton mills, whilst also going to school lessons in the evenings. The young Livingstone studied anything he could get his hands on, and found great love for the Bible and science. From age 10 to 26, the young Livingstone worked night and day in the cotton mill to help support his impoverished family. The labour was backbreaking but vital in strengthening his persistence, endurance and natural empathy for the life he was later to incur. In 1841, he was posted at the brink of the Kalahari Desert with a vast unexplored continent in front of him. Now 27, David was confronted with a destiny and task that would shape the rest of his life.
Livingstone went out there as a trained surgeon. He's a trained medical practitioner and he's a trained missionary. He went out there and drew maps. Now, to be a cartographer, in actual fact, is a college course, but Livingstone managed to find enough information to teach himself how to write maps. As he's travelling through Africa, the maps are being produced all over the place. He travels through deserts. Now we have no information of what's inside these areas of Africa he's travelling in. So David is coming across deserts and lakes and everything. He's recording it all, you know, the altitude, all the rest of it. So he seems to have been quite talented in the writing of maps.
Inner Africa became Livingstone's obsession as he ventured further inland during the 1840s. It was during this time that Livingstone filled a lot of gaps in Western knowledge of the interior African continent. Slavery, brutality and horror were rife in this region. Arab slave traders would pillage and deplete many of the tribes, taking a lot of their people and leaving a trail of destruction and bloodshed in their wake. David Livingstone made it his mission to set these wrongs right.
He had an incredible ability in language. Now we understand that he was very competent in Latin and Greek and obviously English before he left here. There's some information that he did read some strange Egyptian language, but I'm not 100% certain about that. Where he's travelling in Africa, there are over 300 languages and he's speaking to all of the people. Now people who met him at the time said, I couldn't believe it, Livingstone had been there for 3 months in this village and he could speak the language. And the same time, Livingstone will write in his diary, I've been here for 3 months and I'm just managing to pick up a word or two.